Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to go through I think I'm going to go bi-weekly. I think I'm going to do this every 2 weeks instead of every week, just so that I can really get the most use out of the products. So this is going to be my bi-weekly makeup basket. So I'm pairing this in conjunction with my month of minis, which I'm going to go out right now and say that it's going to be more than 1 month. I'm actually really enjoying doing this. I'm enjoying seeing rapid progress because they are minis, and I just want to use them up. Like, I really just want to get stuff out of my collection and use it. So I think I'm going to be extending that well beyond the 1 month. So, like I was saying, I'm doing this in conjunction with that project, and I'm also doing it in conjunction with my Pan That Palette project. So without further ado, let's do this. So that I don't have to try to remember which products I'm using on any given 2-week period, I'm not going to be fishing through Gen Pop. I do have all of these products in segregation over here in this little flap top box that I have. So I've just gone through all of my minis and brought out 1 or 2 from each category, and now they're housed in this little box here, which is quite full at present, but I'm going to likely leave the palettes out, and that's going to give me more room in here. So let's go through it in terms of the usual process that I go through when I do my makeup. The only thing that's not in the box right now is this primer spray. This is from Shop Miss A. And I just use this for just adding a little bit of moisture. I use this, or I have a coconut water spray, but for the next 2 weeks at any rate, I'm going to be focusing on this one. But I don't rely on that entirely as a primer. So I do have a few here. One is on the floor. One is from Smashbox, and this is the Photo Finish Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I've had this kicking around for quite some time, and you can see that I haven't made much of a dent in it at all. Granted, under the eyes is a very, very small playing field, I guess, but I do want to just make a concerted effort to get more use out of this so that eventually this little tube no longer lives with me. The other 2 primers that I have, one is from Too Faced, and it's the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer, part of their Peachy collection. The other one is Makeup Forever, and this is Step 1 Skin Equalizer. It is a smoothing primer. This one is on its last legs, like there's only a very little bit of product left in there. I really thought about whether or not I'm going to be cutting these tubes open. In the past, I have done that. I'm not going to do that this time. So whatever I can squeeze out is what I'm going to use, but I'm not going to cut out and get every last little drop out of here, simply because of the volume of samples that I have. I just don't want to prolong this any more than it's going to be, so once I can't squeeze anything else out of these tubes, then I'm going to count them as done. After I've primed my skin, that is when I go in with foundation, and I've got a variety here. So I am trying to get these little foil packets out of my collection because they take up so much space for what they are, and they're just single use, so they're easy to get rid of. I don't always wear foundation though. So what I've also thrown in the mix is a tinted moisturizer from First Aid Beauty. This is just their Ultra Repair Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Light. So if I don't want to wear foundation, but I still want a little bit of something on my skin, this is the option that I can reach for. For concealer, I really don't have a lot of samples. I've only got 2 left at this point, and I'm going to be focusing on the Nude by Nature Perfecting Concealer. And again, once I can't squeeze anything more out of this tube, I'm just going to call it quits. I've brought out 2 setting powders, so I'm going to use the Cover FX Translucent Light Setting Powder for under my eyes. And then for my face, I have the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. So I don't think, I mean, I can see how much is in there, particularly this one I have been using for quite a while, but I don't think I'm going to get through it within 2 weeks. If I do, then I'll just grab another one and put it in. Or just keep using this one. I don't know. Judgment call on the day of. For highlighter, I am trying to work my way through these two samples. These are more than just single use. There's quite a bit of product in there considering it's just going on a very minimal area of my face. So I've got 2 uses out of this pink one so far, and there's at least 2 more uses in there, if not a little bit more. And then I have the champagne one to go through as well, so I'm focusing on those 2. This is a huge, like I could rip the paper, but I mean, it's bulky, it's just taking up space. If I do get through those and there's still time in the next 2 weeks, then I have the Becca Opal highlighter. It's just a nice, like, deeper champagne color and goes with any makeup look. For contour, I'm still working away on my Smashbox contour kit. You can obviously see which shade it is right there. These 2 I don't really get much use out of, but this one I do use pretty much every day. And then for bronzer itself, I am working on my Burberry Earthy Blush in shade 7. This is one that I did talk about before that I had hit pan, like significant pan, and then repressed it. So I really don't think there's a lot of product left in there, but I'm going to keep working away at it and hopefully use it all up. That may be a little ambitious in 2 weeks, but I'm not sure how much product is actually in there because it is repressed. I've given myself 2 blush options. One is from Makeup Forever in the shade S214. It's just a really nice rosy matte pink. And then the other one that I have is Orgasm from NARS. And it has a little bit of a sheen to it, and it runs a little bit peachier than what it looks in the pan. For eyelid primer, I'm going to keep working on my primer potion from Urban Decay. And I'd say there's less than half of this tube left, but you just need like the tiniest dot for both eyes. So I think there's still a long road ahead for this one. And then for eyeshadows, so like I said, I am doing this in conjunction with my Pan That Palette project, so I will be looking to use this the majority of days. But so that I don't get completely stir-crazy bored, I'm also including the Natasha Denona Mini Star Palette just for a little bit of variety. And then I have a loose eyeshadow here as well. This is in the shade A Half Apple, and it's from Hello Waffles. I am also going to be using Peach Smoothie and Shimma Shimma, these 2 here. I really want to use that Peach Smoothie. I don't know that it really jives with the Tartelette palette, but if I'm using the Natasha Denona one, then I think this would be a good complementary transition shade. I don't have a sample eyebrow product, so the one that I'm going to focus on for the next 2 weeks is the Make Me Brow from Essence. I feel like it's on its last legs. It is getting rather dry when I use it, so we'll see. I'll make the judgment call at the end of the 2 weeks, but I think this might be the last push for it. For eyeliners, I have quite a few. I may not use all of these, but I just wanted some variety in some aspects, so this is what makes me happy, so I'm going to throw in 6 eyeliners. One is a liquid black eyeliner. This is from Stila. It's the Stay All Day. Then I have a black pencil liner from Tarte. This is the Sex Kitten. And then I have 4 Urban Decay 24/7 minis here. One is a dark purple. We've got a navy blue, a copper color, and then a matte brown. For mascara, I'm focusing on the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. Again, I have got a lot of use out of this already, so I'll see how it's feeling at the end of 2 weeks, but I think this may be the final haul for it. For setting spray, both to set my makeup in place and also to intensify any shimmery shadows that I'm using, I have a mini Fix Plus. This is in the coconut scent, and you can see that it's about halfway, maybe just a little bit more than half. I also have a perfume sample. If you recall from watching my minis video, I have like 22 perfume samples that I'm trying to work my way through. And I feel like if I just randomly grab and this and that and just use a little bit of each one, then I'm going to have 22 samples for a very long time. So instead, I'm just going to work on one at a time. And this one here is CK2 from Calvin Klein. And I've already used it a few times here, so that's what's left. And again, if it does run out, I can't gauge. I haven't used samples in so long, I can't gauge how long that's going to last me. But if it does run out, I have 21 more to grab from, so I'll just pick another one and throw that back into the basket. And then lip products. So again, variety is the spice of life, and if I just picked one, I would be a grumpy girl. So I've got like 5. One of them is really just to test out the formula. I think I got this in an Ipsy bag. It is the Smudge Me Not liquid lipstick from Sugar. I'm not familiar with the brand, and I have not tried this yet, so that's why I've put it in here so that I can try it. If I don't like the formula, or if I feel that I have shades that are similar that perform more to my preference, then I will be getting rid of this one, but I don't want to get rid of it until I've actually tested it out. I have 2 older lipsticks as well that I've thrown in simply because I need to get use out of them and to refresh myself to see if I actually still like these formulas. One is from Givenchy. It's like Interdit something. I don't even know how to say that. Rouge Interdit Vinyl. I'm sure it's not Interdit, but whatever. Shade 16, I think. I'm not sure. The label's really confusing. It's just random numbers everywhere. Anyways, it looks like it's going to be gray or black, but it's actually very sheer when it applies, and then it does take on a bit of a purpley pink hue to it. So it's almost like a tinted lip balm. So it is really just easy wear and grab and go kind of deal. So I would like to just focus, and there's really not that much left on it because it is so balm-like. It really isn't long lasting on the lips, so you do have to retouch it quite frequently. So if I just sat down and actually focused on this, I could probably make a very good dent in it. The other one that's older in my collection is from a brand called Noya. And again, I think I got this in an Ipsy bag ages ago. FYI, because we're talking about samples, I could not for the life of me figure out how to actually cancel my damn Ipsy bag. They make it so hard on the website to do that, but I have managed to reduce it to come only every other month. So that will help stem the tide of these things, and I can always skip months as well. Eventually I'll just email them, but it's a pride thing. I have to be able to figure this out. It's got to be a button on there somewhere. Anyways, getting back to it. So this is like a deeper, sort of more vampy lipstick, and I really like it. It's very close to the color that I'm wearing today. 2 others. One is a nude option. This is from Tom Ford in the shade Indian Summer, and it's just a really nice pinky nude. Honest to God, I don't understand why these things are $70 in the full size. It's just a lipstick. I don't find them to be all that fancy, but I have the sample, so I may as well use it. The last one is a gloss from ABH, and this is Saint Tropez, and it's like a pink gloss with a bit of a gold metallic shift to it. I guess I can just do it this way. It still smells nice, but there's like a hint of rancidity running underneath it, so I know it's getting close to the end of its time. I have made a vow with myself not to buy any more full-sized ABH glosses because they do turn very quickly, and you can tell when they've turned because the smell is gone. When you first get them, they smell like like a vanilla cupcake or something. They smell really sweet and really good. And then once they've turned, they smell not good. They smell very chemically. And I've just decluttered like 4 of the ones that I had because they have turned, and I just can't bring myself to wear them knowing how bad they smell. So it's not something that I want to buy any more full sizes of, even though I love the formula. It's just, I don't get enough wear out of them, and then it's just wasted money because I end up throwing them out. That is it. Yes, that is it. That is my bi-weekly makeup basket. Those are the products that I'm going to be reaching for. This is more so for my day-to-day wear when I'm getting ready for work and going out for whatever brunch on the weekends, those kind of things. But for filming purposes, I may grab some of these, particularly primers, foundations, that kind of stuff. But for eyeshadow palettes, lipsticks, all that, I am going to give myself the freedom to use whatever I want when I'm doing looks for Instagram or YouTube videos. So I'm going to wrap it up there because there's nothing more for me to say. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, just be a decent human being. Bye for now.